Yeah.
All right, June 8th, Facebook number 2 day. I'm thinking that we probably will have a number 3 day just to go through the numbers and KPIs. So what I'm not gonna do today is cover the numbers you need to look out for. You will have it in the slides to look at because I put it in there for the ones that are interested in. But once your Facebook ads are running, you're probably wondering, well, is that actually now running well? Is it good? And there are these Facebook numbers and uh, uh, the money you spend and so on. So you do want to probably know about it. But for the next pretty much 10 days, you don't even want to think so much about it once it's set, right? So, because Facebook needs to get to know you and Facebook needs to understand who your audience is going to be. And there's going to be a lot of changes. The first 3 days, you can peak after the first 3 days, but then you can make a few decisions, maybe to turn one off and turn one back, to leave the other one running. But we're going to keep it super simple, I think, in the beginning. If you're okay with that, feel free to be also on unmute because it's a small group and it's going to be super, super fun. Okay, let me start sharing. So um, no, this one, hang on. You're seeing, no, what are you seeing? Did you see my mid journey? No, no,
It,
you're
it
not.
was like looked like it was an email or something. I don't know.
Something with
Oh,
a
oh,
self-care
so you
journal.
did the Facebook lead generation. Okay, you did see that. Okay, so let me just do this one more time. Uh, where is it? Okay. Oh, I needed to find I have so many tabs open. Here we go. Yeah, then it was the right one. You saw this one? Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so this one is going to be your little cheat sheet I'm going to give to you as well. Okay, I'm going to hide this so I can see you all. Nope, I can close this. Okay, great. Let's head over here. So, okay. All right, here we go. Okay, Facebook lead generation ads number 2. And please, whenever you feel really like I don't understand it at all, repeat it or what the heck, do interrupt me because we are here. It's a small group, as I mentioned. So let's go there. First of all, we're going to have quite a few possibilities to actually do in Facebook. In terms of advertisement. We will right now only focus on leads. That's the only thing we're going to focus on. And the reason is the awareness, the traffic, the engagement. It's literally like a funnel. That's how they have built it. So we have seen the funnel before. You first start with the awareness campaign, then you have a traffic campaign, the engagement campaign, leads, app promotions, by the way, for apps, not going to cover this today, and then sales. And that's basically down here. So they all are pretty much what you can see here are linked to those ones. The further you go down the funnel, the more expensive they get. What we will do so is the lead generation ads, and they're somewhere in the middle of the funnel. So the awareness and the traffic and engagement, for example, you can also have one like this run if you want to have more likes on your Facebook account, if you want to have engagement with a boost, boost a post. It sometimes says that. So these ones are here, but the audience you will get, this one, these audiences you will get can be very, very broad and not specific to your needs right away. So it might be that you get a lot of, let's say, natural health paths. Let's just stay in this category because we are all in there. So it could be like all that you get Dr. Oz and that you get all of these ones, which might not be bad, but it's not really necessarily the people you want to have your lead magnet and or buy from you. So with the lead magnet, so the lead generation campaign, with the lead magnet you have created, you have already pitched yourself or niched yourself down to a specific niche. So that's why a lead generation campaign right now is the best thing. So a lead generation campaign last year, I mentioned that already before, I had 60 cents per lead. This year it was the maximum was $1.62 per lead. Then it went down to 90 cents a lead. So a lead generation campaign cost per lead can be anywhere between 50 cents and $1.50, sometimes $1.90. That's depending which days or weeks or months you also create. It's also depending how well your lead magnet is received with the audience Facebook is putting it in front of. So don't stress the first 3 days at all because Facebook is literally putting out a lot of effort in that moment to gauge who your audience might be. And they will do this basically by the reaction of the audience. So they can measure the scrolling if somebody stops scrolling. They can measure it by somebody clicking a like or going into doing a heart. And they will also measure it if somebody is actually commenting on it. So their algorithms will be very much working hard in the first 3 days to just see who is your audience. So so this is what you will see when we go in and when you click. So you will be going to the lead campaign, and we will talk about it when we go a little bit in there. This one is the role of Meta's algorithm. So basically, it is adjusting and delivering based on real-time performance data, which you will never ever have if you weren't doing any ads. You will not have this type of AI behind it, basically, that can see and find you more possible leads or clients in this case when it's about the sales campaign. By the way, just going back in case it is of any interest in the future, sales campaign, I mentioned that I think in the last one, can go from anywhere from $10 to $100 per person. So when you send someone directly to your website, let's say, Roxander, you have a consultation. The consultation costs $160 normally. Let's just say that. But your lead or your sales here cost you $100. So it could be very well that sales campaigns are the most expensive one, that they normally bring you customers in, not as many as leads. So leads you get maybe 700 in 2 months or 300, let's say 300 now per month, depending on the amount you said. Sales you might get 3, 4, or 5 in per month. Now, it's not a stupid campaign if you charge $160 and maybe the lead or the person that booked the call with you costs you $100. You have, in this case, $60 of a profit margin, but this customer will stay in your network. So we think, oh my God, $160, that's so expensive per lead. But if the customer comes in for the first time and spends $160 with you, and you're able then to sell the customer maybe into a package, 3 consultations, 5 consultations, or he brings another family member in, or he tells his mom and friends about you. In this case, you spend once $100 for him, but he in the end will might get you $1,000 or $1,500 in. So people are so afraid of sales campaigns, and understandably, because you have to put the money out first before you can actually see if it works. That's why I like lead campaigns so much more, because you have the possibility to get many leads in for a very low amount of money, and you can sell them through your emails then. But there is a time where you might want to consider sales emails as well, especially if you have high ticket offers. So, Michelle, if you maybe bring out a workshop or a big course for $795 and your lead is then $80 or $100, then you're still in the profit zone. But it is a scary thought. So we are going to do leads, not sales. I just wanted to touch that quickly because at the end of the day, once you have a customer in, that is the most expensive part of your business, the acquisition of a customer. And if it is $100, other people have $1,000 per customer acquisition. And that's why it is the most important thing to keep your current customers you get in, or clients, or participants for your workshops, to keep them happy. It is more expensive to go out and get new clients than to maybe say free shipping for you today, or come to the workshop half price off. It is more expensive to get new ones in than to give discounts, or to that we always keep on forgetting it, but your true gold is the customers you have right now on your email list that have gone through your programs. So give them love and nurture them, because it is not easy to get customers really through the door and they say, okay, I'm going to pay for this or that. That's the hardest part in business. Okay, so Facebook is doing its algorithm thing. It's going to really show your ad over and over again to the people that were slightly stuck on your image. So there is so much happening in the background. That's why you're paying, obviously, for it as well. But they have a mega system set up of AIing all the people that scroll through. And then what we need to remember, it's not just Facebook. They are putting it on Instagram, they are putting it on Reels, on Stories, on there are 9, 10, 12 different possibilities to actually run one ad. And it's all within the same campaign price. So you'll be shown everywhere. And that's pretty awesome. So you can read through this in the slides then. I'm not going to touch every single thing, but it shows you a little bit what Facebook is doing in the back end. Okay, so when we go over to the ads, the first thing you will see is create a new ad, and it will say campaigns, ad sets, and ads. So I try to see if we can bring it down to what it is. And what I find interesting to look at it, a campaign is basically something like a big market or book fair or art market. That's your campaign, right? So when you go, let's say you're the event planner for your campaign and you are creating the market. So you say, okay, everybody, the market is happening on July 12th, and we need to do this, this, and that. So we are just calling the campaign basically what it is: the art market, the book fair, the consultation, lead generation ad, and so on. The ad set sits under the campaign. Ad sets and ads sit under the campaign. So ad sets is basically whom you will invite. And it says here classmates, parents, teachers, when the fair runs, and how much you'll spend on each of these groups. We have the possibility to put as many ad sets under a campaign as you wish. So Roxandra, Jean, you could imagine, for example, and also Michelle, it's just, I'm trying to always bring it more vivid to us. So let's say, Roxandra, you're basically putting a PTSD campaign out there. Let's say we call it PTSD right now, military men, okay? Under there, you can then, or just military, and then under, you can say one ad set is going to be only females. The next ad set is going to be only males. And then the next ad set is only going to be maybe the family of the men or the women. So you have different audiences, for example, or you have different objectives to whom you want to basically show your advertisement. That is the ad set. And then the ad itself is what sits under each of the ad sets. So that gets a little bit complicated. I'm also not going to stay too much on it because we will actually do it in practice and how it's going to look at. But just understanding under one campaign, you can have as many ad sets and ads as you want. So if you say my daily price is going to be $5 or $10 on ad sets, that is on the campaign level. And then Facebook will distribute your $10 to the ad sets and the ads for whatever it sees fit or says this one seems to work the best. And then it will put more money behind the best working ad. Or you can make then the decision to turn off ads or ad sets. You cannot turn off the campaign because then the whole thing gets turned off. but you can turn off certain ad sets and ads when you see they are not performing well. And then the money will be distributed to whatever is left over. But we will look at it. Don't just listen to it right now. It's like nod and say, yeah, whatever, Katrine. And that's okay. So the ads themselves, they are like what it says here, posters, announcements, pictures, words, buttons, like anything they can click in order to feel comfortable. Like a military man, for example, will then click on the image that speaks most to him in the ad. Or the child of a father that has PTSD might click on the dad with a child holding the child. That's why the images are so important, because you will speak with the image already to the audience you're trying to speak to. We will go on. So what we will need today is we're going to create one campaign, one ad set only, and 3 ads below the ad set. So we're going to go super simple. One campaign, one ad set, and 3 ads. You will need the link to your privacy policy if you do it today or another day. You will need your 3 graphics, your ad copy, your headline, your call to action, your welcome email sequence, and then optional the Zapier or the Make connection. And that was only if you don't want to download your leads and you want to automate it. But again, that is something that's optional, doesn't need to be in the beginning. You might just check the first 3 days and then you get familiar. And I think the Zapier setup, I'm actually gonna even create a separate video for it because it's not difficult, but it's another technical little hurdle. It's just stupid, but it's easy if it's automated. No legal advice, but every instant form, every ad we are creating, campaign we are creating needs a privacy policy. So if you have a link on your website, that's all you need. If you have a privacy policy sitting on your website, that's all you need. So Facebook requires that. And then, and the reason is I put it here as well. Anybody that needs to sign up, Facebook lead gen form, because you're asking for their email, you need to attach the privacy policy, because in your privacy policy, that's where normally it states your email will be used for marketing purposes and blah, blah, blah. But again, I cannot, and I'm not insured for it or anything, give you legal advice. It's just that you should look out for that. You should have a policy and you should also have, but it's not necessarily needed. And I will show you, it's depending on countries. Europe is much more difficult there, is the terms and conditions. But that is very simple. But the privacy policy you need to have somewhere in place where you can link to. Okay, so I took like just 3 little moments to just take you at 3 different examples actually. So first of all, these are just examples of a do-it-yourself workshop, like a make and take workshop. You will have the visual headline, you have the above the full text, that's what's showing up here on top, the first 3 lines, because the rest below it, it often says more. Then you have the body copy itself. And then you have the call to action that often sits down here, but everything moves around depending on what platform you go to. So Instagram, the call to action button will sit somewhere different, or the text will sit somewhere different when it's a reel, and so on. But these are basically the 5 or 4, well, 5 with the image, the 5 pieces you need for every ad is a headline, the first text you want people to read, and that hooks them after the image, and then the body itself and the call to action button. So this one is, for example, for a workshop. This one would be maybe, for example, for anxiety and grief relief. You can put this one up as well. Then you will have a call to action button. And then this one was, for example, for a workshop. or cooking with liquid aromas. I think that's something Kim is doing. So I just put this one out here just as a little idea type of thing, how it will look like basically. But it will always have every time the same little things you need for every ad. Now, some people write really long ad copies, and you might down the road want to test out what works best. Right now, let's focus just for the first ad set. We are going to focus on the visual, the ones you have created, and then the same ad text. And then maybe down the road, once you have figured out which visual runs the best, you might say, "Ooh, I'm going to use the same visual for 3 ads, but 3 different text copies to just see always what works best." And then if you have figured that part out, you turn the rest off. So you have your best image, your best text copy, and then you might be able to do a new ad set with a different call to action button. So maybe you test 3 different headlines or 3 different add to copy call to action buttons and see which one works best there. But this is only necessary when you are not happy with your numbers. Then you need to start thinking, it's like, okay, what's not working here? If you have good numbers coming up on your ad account where it says, "Oh, you know what, 60 cents a lead, I'm not going to touch anything because I'm getting leads in, it's 60 cents per lead. I don't need to think of changing anything. You let that thing run." But if you see that your lead costs are increasing or they are not there at all, then you probably want to start thinking about, okay, changing the image or changing the copy, changing the headline or changing the call to action. So it's a whole different atmosphere out there. But if you like numbers a little bit and if you like, I don't want to say gambling, but it is a little bit like that. If you like the thing is like, "Ooh, this one is performing well. I wonder what this could be," or anything like this, then you will actually enjoy Facebook ads. What, Jean?
I'm just taking it all in.
That's good. That's good. Um, so again, that's the best thing to do right now. It's just like listen, take it in, and then we create it, and then, ask your questions when you start actually implementing it, and or we can have an implementation session together even or so. So the ad objective clarity is one more time, you can read through these ones, but we are focusing on leads. And that is basically collect leads for your business or brand via messages, phone calls, or signups. We're going to focus on signups. If you want potential customers to sign up for a monthly newsletter, leads can help you reach people who want to share their information and learn more about your business. Lead generation. So this one is straight from Facebook, actually. Lead generation, that's the campaign we're going to use. And then you can read through the other ones where in the very, 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 very beginning, where I was like really unaware of ads still, I just always boosted a post or did like follow me and put a bit of money behind there and increase the followers or so. So you can still do that because those ones are actually not that expensive. So if you right now I have set up the AI Grim on Facebook for that purpose because it's a completely new empty account, so I can go with you through this as well. And I've got 1 follower on Facebook right now and 52 on Instagram, and I haven't done any advertisement, no posting, and no, not no posting. I haven't done much, so I'm going through the same experience right now with you again on AI Grim, and you're probably even ahead on Facebook ads and Facebook ads on Facebook followers and or Instagram followers. But we will look at that. But considerably, it would be a good idea for me to maybe have an awareness or traffic campaign a little bit going to my Facebook account if I like to stay on Facebook, maybe otherwise just Instagram. All right, so we will talk about the countries as well when we go through, but Facebook has tier 1, 2, and 3 countries. And tier 1 countries are probably in the beginning your best bet, unless you know that your clients are sitting, for example, in Brazil, like Cynthia might have. She might say, you know, I'm Portuguese, I'm not Portuguese, but I speak Portuguese, I'm from Brazil, so I might target my customers in Brazil, for example. So, but in general, we want to keep ourselves to as local as possible and also nationwide. So basically, United States, Canada is good, Australia. If you have local workshops, Jean, like you want to really just stay local as much as possible. If you plan to do stuff online, definitely go the online route and have it just nationwide because it doesn't hurt to get people onto your email list right now. But if you were to do a sales campaign and you know you only do workshops and you know they are only local or your markets, you could do a sales campaign, a local sales campaign, which is not maybe as expensive as the nationwide sales campaign because it's very, very targeted.
That was actually going to be one of my questions. So
Yeah. Yeah. So a local sales campaign, I think for you, I will make like a small little extra video for that too, or lead campaign even too. I think leads, you might be happy to get in um, just United States, I would do maybe, because they are cheaper. But if you were to do a sales campaign, I would definitely say go targeted and local. Um, So this part here is going to be something we're going to look at a little bit later, but Facebook has these metrics, the KPIs, and they are all ready to measure in a lot of ways. But the only ones you really, I highlighted them a little bit. I don't know if you, maybe I should have taken a more aggressive pink color, but the only ones you really want to focus on is the CTR all, the CTR link, the CPL conversion rate and frequency. That is the most important part for you in the beginning because oh, that itself gives you quite a bit of information. And I put a benchmark here as well. So the benchmark number meaning and you will see that the percentage you want your Facebook ad to have. So you want to be above 4%, for example, for CTR all. You want to have the link click at 1.5% plus, because this one will tell you then also, again, we're going to go through this in much more detail. It will tell you again what people are doing and what you might want to consider to change. I'm trying to see where the call to action, here it is. So if you, for example, have below a 1.5% on your call to action button, then you might want to consider to change the call to action button. So these ones are really, really helpful if you have no bloody idea what an ad is when it's good. I would say go back to the numbers. It's so important to know what to change then and where what it might cost. So if your ad, for example, goes up the frequency, if your ad goes up in costs, it might be just that people are getting ad fatigue. And what that means is that people have seen your website a million times, but they are not reacting to your ad a million times, but they are actually not reacting to it anymore. Then it is time to change the lead magnet. It's time to change the picture. It's time. So there is something like ad fatigue. And maybe you have experienced that. Think about it, how often you have seen one ad over and over again. At one point, you just get numb to it and you keep on scrolling by. That might happen. And that's something what you can then find out under frequency if it is below $2.50, 2.5, sorry, conversion rate. Yeah, so we'll go into this a little bit later. That's not even important right now because the first 3 to 10 days, these numbers will change drastically back and forth. So it's a little bit like being in the stock market. Gambling, unless you know how to do Forex trading or stuff. Okay, so let's get into it. I made a little checklist for you here as well when you go through it just to double check on everything. And it's already in the classroom down here. Okay. So I put this in here, and then our recording will be here as well. And this one I will add now too. I actually found this one back, and I think it will be helpful to go through. So this one was one of my best performing ad copies. It was in 2023 to 20. So I ran this one for 1.5 months. My ad spend there was $394. The cost per lead was 56 cents, so very low. And it was in 18 placements. So what that means is Facebook distributed it in 18 different placements: Instagram Reels, Instagram feed, Instagram post, Instagram the long post, Facebook, and you will see that it will do it automatically in 18 different placements. So your ad comes up many times all over the place. You know how you have Facebook and then you have something in the middle coming up, then you have like on the right hand side sometimes the ad coming up. That's all the placements. And that gave me 700 leads back then. So my email list grew within 1.5 months here with 700 leads, so 700 people then. And then you have 700 people to nurture and to work with rather than just one or two, because we know the conversion rate of sales is anywhere between 1 and 3%. So you need these type of people on your email list to actually make a living with it. And sometimes, depending on the niche, on the industry, on the market, real estate, for example, has an is extremely competitive real estate. So you must almost have like 10, 20, 30,000 people on your email list to make a living, while essential oils or maybe the niche you're in, that's why we want to niche down so much. You might only need 500 or 700 people on your email list to make a living. So it's a very different industry to be in. And we cannot, that's why don't start comparing yourself to, for example, Aroma Hat, who has a school and who has all of the suppliers and products, and they have been on the market since, I don't know, 1980 something, or and so on. So you need to compare yourself just to yourself and make everything better and more understandable for your customer as much as you can do. Like you need to know your audience. You need to know whom you're serving. You need to be able to speak out their pain points within a second. So that's how you need to know your audience as much as you know your daughter or your son or your dog or that's how well you need to know your audience. It's just so important. Okay, let's get started with Facebook ads. All right. Okay. You guys want to follow along inside of your ads already? Were you thinking that maybe? Or do you want me to go through this and you watch the recording? Or both?
Both?
Okay, let's do it.
I'm nervous. Like, like I'm gonna hit the button. I'm gonna start right now, and I'm
You
like,
don't,
I don't know
yeah,
if I'm ready right now.
no, you don't need to hit the button publish. You can just
Okay.
leave it everything in draft, and whenever
Okay.
you feel ready, you do it.
Perfect.
You can, so if you want to follow along, make sure that you're in your Facebook Ads Manager, first of all, and then you're under campaigns. And then give me a thumbs up or stay unmuted or so and say, I'm there. Okay, thumbs up. Perfect. So if Michelle, are you gonna do with us or are you gonna just follow along right now on the screen?
I'm gonna go in there. I guess I'm wondering if I have, I mean, I watched Lost the first workshop and I did my little ads up and stuff. I don't know if they're looking good, the way they
Okay.
are. And then so I don't know, maybe you can look at that later. But I'm gonna go on my Facebook and I'll try to follow along.
Yeah, do that because it gives you already a feeling rather than listening. So again, you don't need to publish. You can keep everything in draft and you can always go back and make changes. Okay, so campaign on. Roxandra, are you gonna follow along or are you?
I'm gonna try to do it, but now it's telling me my account needs verification. It's never done that before.
So is that a verification process where you just need to type something in?
I guess it's gonna send a code to my email, and then I have to put the stupid code in.
Okay, that's a short one because what I'm gonna quickly do is make sure that these stupid dogs are not running to the street. They are barking. You hear them barking the whole time? No? Really?
I heard him like once or twice, but not, that's about it.
Okay.
Roxandra, I think, so I was in, Meta Suites ads 4 days ago, and all of a sudden it was even different today when I went in. So
Yeah.
something happened. They did something.
Yeah,
So
they did
So don't be
something because I
surprised.
don't get messages. So some people told me that they couldn't send me messages
Oh,
on Facebook.
yeah,
And
so
I don't know what changed. I cannot figure it out.
yeah, you're right. So talking about that, by the way, what we record today might not be valid tomorrow. Facebook does a lot of changes. So even me going in right now into this ad account for the first time here, I might like, what did they do? I might not even, know or see the changes they made. Oh, I will see new changes. Right now it looks all the same. This one, for example, was new to me, the opportunity score. I've never had that one before. Do you see that in your ad account? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this one was for me new, and then that was it on this side at least. I also had another account, for example, and I have Capital One that happens consistently. Capital One, when your payment is due, Capital One, for example, does not allow Facebook to withdraw automatically payments. And then they send you this message like Facebook is whatever, Facebook is trying to, is that okay? The only problem with that is it comes a day later in the message where everything is already uh, normally either taken care of or if you paid through PayPal, so there are all these little tiny things. Now, for example, on my other account, I tried it too many times with two, so they shut it down for 24 hours. And it's like, oh my God. So when you have a Facebook ad running that works well for you, you do want to keep it just running. Don't touch it too many times unless it's performing not well anymore. Okay, so here you see already the image we had. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Is that, yeah, you can see this better? Okay. So here's the campaign, the ad set, and the ads, what we just saw here in the slides as well. Just one more time while Roxandra is looking. I'm gonna just go back here. Where did I have it?
26.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so this is the same here. The campaign, the ad set, and then having the pictures and the words and the posters out there. That's where we are right now. Campaign, ad set, and ad. Did you have any luck, Roxandra?
I don't see it yet, so I don't know what it's doing. Sometimes I don't know why. Sometimes it takes forever until I get these messages into my emails.
Yeah, no, it's a mess with that. But that's why actually that because of all the changes, that's why I switched over to School to have the groups there because I just listened actually to a podcast yesterday. The delivery of organic traffic to Facebook is 2.6% and to Instagram 4%. So out of 100 people you might have as followers, only 4 people it will be shown to. And so that shows you a lot that they put a lot behind advertisement. And that's why we see a lot of people moving to YouTube as well to get their audience built up on YouTube. Yeah, so just as a FYI, is the more important it is almost to have like 1 or 2 or 3 really good posts and you get good engagement there, and then maybe focus on a few ads, just a couple of ads or one ad right now, and see that you can get paid traffic in. So it's not your fault if people are not following you or if people are not reacting to your things necessarily, because Facebook is freaking not showing that to them. And there, it's not, there's nothing you can do. There is somewhere where people, when they put ads on, then Facebook favors you a little bit more and will also show the organic ones more. But in general, if you don't have ads behind it, and even when you have ads behind it, that doesn't mean the organic ones will be shown, your organic tools. All right.
I
So,
ju- how about I
Katrina,
just wrote and circled on my page over here, trust,
Yeah.
right? I got to trust.
yep, yep, you do. Yeah, exactly.
so Katrina, I want to make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, so I went to the Meta Business Suite
Yeah.
and then Ads Manager.
Yes.
Okay, and
What do you
account
see?
overview. I
Yes.
see a what account overview. Okay,
And then
so
campaigns.
okay, so I guess I set this up so long ago, and I guess I didn't check it again. It says no. It comes up saying no ad accounts to show. You can create a new ad account or add an existing one in
Okay.
business settings.
Yeah, so you would need to go through the setup first to
Okay.
do that then. So that means you have the Meta Business Suite already, but you have not
Uh-huh.
set up your ad account right now. So once
Okay.
you do that, you will then be able to follow along, but that normally takes quite a while. So I would then just
Oh, okay.
relax, sit back right now and just try to inhale this session here and then go back
Gotcha.
maybe because the setup of everything does take a few minutes as well.
Okay.
I'm finally in.
All right. Okay. Okay. And again, we can always tackle it later on or another call or something where because I completely understand it's overwhelming. So campaigns, ad sets, ads. You just stay on campaigns and then you click create, the green button. Then you will see this lovely picture where we talked about, and then we're going to hit leads and click continue. And stop me when I'm going too fast.
Do you need to talk about the buying type at the top, or we're just going to breeze over
Nope,
that?
that just is
Beautiful.
yeah, we're not even gonna go much deeper. What we don't need right now to enable or disable or need to worry about, I'm not even gonna mention because there's enough to go through. So do you see this next screen?
I got a little pop-up that says you no longer need to choose a campaign setup.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I got that too.
Okay.
Okay, then accept that.
Okay.
And then you should see the screen here. All right. So on the left-hand side, just on the top, you say new leads campaign. That is your campaign, your big market. Then we have the new leads ad set. That is your set where you say, okay, I'm going to maybe target the women and the men and the children and whatnot else. And then you have new lead ads. So first of all, they want you to name the campaign, and you can call it anything what is in relation to your lead magnet right now or your objective, basically. So what, just think of the end goal. You want to get leads in. You can call it, for example, I put then lead magnet. And then if I were to do AI Grim prompt better, I would probably put something like this, AI Grim prompt better. And I would call that would be my campaign name. I'm going to get leads, or you could say leads for AI Grim in general. But I always put the lead magnet name there as well. If I were to post that again. Okay. Then you go down here and you don't actually do anything except setting the daily budget to the $5. You can do $10 or anything like this, but set it right now to $5 per day. And then later on, you can go still lower or higher if you find a really well performing campaign. So this way, if you have like $50 available as your marketing budget per month, then you want to calculate back how much you actually want to spend. But
So I have a question.
yeah.
Because when I was running all that information through AI Grim, it told me to run it for 4 days per week. So it's telling me to have like a little break in between.
Yeah, so you don't want to do this right away in the first 10 days. You really want, because it's also your first ad you're setting up. So you want to allow, blend precisely, Facebook to, you want Facebook to really get to know you, you and your
Okay.
audience.
Okay.
So by interrupting it, it could be that, for example, your audience, if it looks at your audience on your Facebook page, you can see that your audience, for example, is only very active for a certain amount of time. So maybe your audience is active between Monday and Friday, between the hours of 9 and 5 p.m. And then you don't want to run it on Saturday, Sunday. To be honest, I
Okay.
never worry about it. If I have a campaign that works well, I will not turn it off. I'm not gonna touch it. Ain't touching it. So yeah, so gosh, dogs. All right, so daily budget $5. You don't need to do anything here. You have possibilities, but you just leave it as it is. And you also don't do anything here because none of this is actually for you. So these ones are often government agencies, so nothing you need to do here. So the first page is already ready. Next. Everybody there so far? Okay. All right, now we need to name the lead ad set. So again, that's this second row. So we have our campaign name, and now we are going to name the lead ad set. And that one could be also just lead magnet prompt better. That's it. Like call it your lead magnet name, basically. And then we are going to choose instant forms. It's already highlighted. That's often what it is for lead getting leads. So if you choose leads, you take instant forms. Then you
Hold
probably,
hold on.
yeah,
I
okay.
have website and instant forms at the very top that you don't have.
See, that's what I
And
mean.
that's
Yeah,
and
I have
that's what
that
was
too.
automatically selected when I came in.
Oh, so mine selected the instant form that's lower down, but the top says also website and instant forms. But that's not selected on mine.
That's what
Mine went
came in when
directly,
when I came in, that's what happened.
So
yeah,
do you
mine went
have
directly to
instant,
instant.
so you, Roxandra, you see this right now, instant.
Yes, and that's what it selected for me. But I also have the other one that Jean mentioned.
I have just instant forms also.
Okay, then hit that one.
Okay. And it, just so you know, there was a little I next to it and says, your adjusted bids for website conversations and instant form conversations are equal.
Say that one more time.
Your adjusted bids for website conversations and instant form conversations are equal.
Oh, okay. So if you were to choose to have your leads sent to your website, they're saying now the amount they are charging you is going to be the same as for instant forms.
Okay.
So it used to be, and maybe that is a change they now did, is that
Hmm?
Facebook favors people, or they used to favor instant forms. I would still believe they actually do because you keep the people on Facebook. That is something you might want to try out because you can send them directly to your opt-in page. But normally the instant forms do get or used to get the lowest rate from all of them. All right, so instant forms, then you go down and then you have to accept their terms and conditions. So you have to click view terms and then I agree to terms and conditions. And you can copy it out and save it somewhere. It's from 2022. I guess they never updated it. But it's their terms and conditions. And you would not be able to go forward if you don't agree. So I'm gonna accept those. And then this red mark should go away. You keep performance goal. You keep this one, nothing you need to do here. You just want to go back down here and then say start date. You can say it today or whatever, but as long as you don't click publish, then the start date won't matter. If you say, for example, I'm going to start my ads tomorrow, you could do that too. And you can also set an end date. So I go in, especially if you just have one ad running, I go in and leave this one always empty, because if I see an ad running really, really well, I'm not gonna want an end date. But you can always turn it off manually. And you don't want Facebook, because every time Facebook shuts down your ad while it is running well, the next time you turn it back on, it often happens to me that it is more expensive. So I would leave set an end date open right now, but obviously do check back in when you're running low on money, or if you don't want to have ads running and so on.
So this was something I wrote down. Is there a particular day, time of the day that I do want to start?
No, so because the learning period, I don't know, it's just for me, I always start Mondays. But the learning period for Facebook will be no matter what, 3, 4 days long anyway. So if you start on a Sunday, then they will start learning. So Facebook algorithms doesn't favor necessarily the best time of the day. You will see more engagement maybe once it figured it out on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe on a Tuesday or on a Saturday, even depending when your markets are. So Facebook doesn't know anything right now about you. So no, there is, I mean, I always do Monday just because the German thing inside of me is like a work week starts Monday. So that's when the ads should start. But
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
um, okay, so let's see. Anything else here? Yeah, so we are getting down to audiences.
I
We
just have a quick question.
yeah, sure.
So I have a little thing that popped up here on the right that says you could get 3% lower cost per result with some Advantage Plus creative enhancements for one ad.
Do you have an ad running already?
No,
Do you see that too, Jean? Isn't it funny? Like 3 different people.
and then
Normally you
it
would
says
think,
something with 4 points.
okay, so what
Tailor your ad for the person's viewing it by letting us automatically optimize your
so
creative, blah, blah, blah,
let's
whatever.
just check. You have Advantage Plus on. Do you see this one under audience when you hear
Yep.
audience?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that is odd. And I would right now not bother because you don't have an ad running
Okay.
or you don't have anything in there. So no. I mean, what the heck, right, Facebook? Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, controls, nothing here. Locations. So even so, you have Advantage Plus on, which is great. They did not used to run well under Advantage Plus campaigns. Like a year ago, you had the option. Um, it was still all on manual, and you had the option to choose Advantage Plus. Now they actually have gotten so much better with Advantage Plus campaigns. That means basically their AI will go out and find your audience much, much better than you declaring it in these two fields I'm going to show you right now. Now, it will always be at the location you're at. Like United States, you're here, they will choose that location for you. But you do have the option, as we talked about in the in the Canva slides, to choose more countries. So if you want to go global and you want to choose more of the tier 1 countries, this is what it would do actually. So you're right now targeting the entire United States. But you can say, I want United Kingdom. You would hit United Kingdom. I also want Australia. And I also want Canada. I want the whole world to know about me. And Canada. That doesn't change anything in terms of your daily costs or whatever you set as the amount. But you could do that, and that's especially helpful if you have obviously a workshop, an online workshop, an online course. If you ship 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 worldwide any kind of goods and so on. But if not, so these ones are the four I normally choose, and sometimes I even choose still Germany and Austria. And it's also the countries that, potentially have the money to purchase a product that is $590 or $1,000 or whatever your course might cost. Now, if Cynthia might go in and she has specific, let's say, suppliers down in Brazil that deliver for her, like drop shipping, they deliver it to her people down in Brazil, she might choose actually Brazil as well. So these are the countries pretty much I would choose, but because we have a software and it can be anywhere worldwide. But if you have something more local, you don't need to do this. Or if you want to stay in the United States, you just leave United States then. So that's for the regions, for choosing the location. That is the number one thing you want to maybe consider or not, or leave it as it is. Australia, by the way, they did have some regulatory changes as well, and you want to review these requirements, and then they show you the requirements. And also, that's always something, the European region has different requirements, Australia has different requirements, and how you can deliver. I had once an ad, it was called Side Hustle something. In the UK, it got shut off because they associated Side Hustle with you asking for money. So it was very particular and it got shut off. So very interesting. If that happens again, then just take the country out and make those changes and go back online. So right now, if Australia had changes, I might just take it back out with a little X remove icon over here. So yeah, you choose that. And then down here, custom audience. If you scroll down to custom audience, this used to be the big, big thing to do. You can still do it as a supportive matter. If you know you're definitely not serving 18-year-olds and you're only serving a certain demographic, then by all means do give Facebook the indication my product is pretty much for 40 plus. So you can change then the age, let's say 40 to 65 plus. That is the number one thing if you know who your audience is really well. If not, just leave it open right now, because you can always deselect, unsubscribe them, delete them, do whatever you want to do. But if you, especially if you're in the figuring out phase, you might have an audience from 18 to 65 plus. Don't do anything. If you're not sure, just leave it as it is, I would say. Gender, for me, mostly women. I have 98% women, so I would say target women. If, for example, Roxandra, the purchasing power lies a lot in the woman in the family. So you can show it to men, but they will never purchase it. It's the woman who will buy it for the man. So you might want to consider leaving both on, or just target women, depending on what you offer. So again, knowing your audience is a good thing. That's why we always talk about target audience. Who's your target audience? Well, because of something like Facebook. Huh?
Thing with the veterans.
Yeah.
Some are very big control freaks and want to keep everything under their control. And others are like my husband, who's like, here you go. I don't want to know anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you might be best off with just choosing all for now.
Yeah.
And then over time, and again, running your first Facebook ad is pretty much like trying for the first time a completely new dish. You don't know what to expect. And then you get warmer with it, and then you might like, the potato with the mustard sauce, and you might just pick out the mustard and leave the potato on the side and whatnot else. I'm getting hungry, as you can see. But in general, this one is just your first ad. I would not go crazy over it right now. Let's just put it on, have $30 on the side, go and have a coffee, and watch the numbers come in or not, and then we make changes. So you can leave it on to all. And then down here, you have another little one. And that is include people who match. Now, way back then, when I started advertisement, I could find a ton about essential oils in here. So under demographics, interest and behaviors, you can choose. So interests right now, as you can see here, there are all these different groups of people in there. Let me know if you're there. So you have demographics, you have interests, it's under detailed targeting. If I now enter my keywords, like let's say essential oils, it will go out and search behavior of the people on Facebook. So everybody, Roxandra, Michelle, we are all part of groups, right? So Facebook knows what you're part of. So if Roxandra says, I'm going to target now essential oil lovers or aroma head people or anybody else, Facebook will go straight out and put the advertisement in front of these people. That's how it happens, why you see always the advertisement. Now, this changed big times, by the way, with essential oils. I used to have a lot more choices in terms of essential oils. They took that all away. So the health stuff, really, the health things, natural cures, natural health, Facebook put a lot of restrictions on. They suck at that. Sorry to say it.
Aromatherapy doesn't even come up.
Yeah, so and that's why you leave it open, because we
Okay.
know there are many, many groups. And if you put aroma on, just you see fragrances, cosmetics, fragrances, oils, summer scents, and so on. So you can go by interest, but you could also go by people. And I'm just thinking which one. What are they called again? They do these subscription packages. And the box looks always bigger when they hold it. Holy essential oils? No. What is this box? Eden's? No. Anyway, we see that advertisement constantly actually out there.
I
So
was going to say bark box, but we're not talking about dog stuff. But that's what we're talking about, right?
oh yeah, that's exactly it just slipped my head. No, but you can also go by give me someone, Gary Vaynerchuk. So you can go by a personality as well. So if you know that your people, Tisserand might not come up, you can try it. Maybe Tisserand comes up. Maybe, well, they're all too small in our industry. But if you know of any natural health, so you need to start really thinking about like, where do my people hang out? Natural health. Let's put that one in. So you can see, National College of Natural Medicine. So you could click that. It could be of interest for these people. So I can select that. Then you can see acupuncturists and herbalists. Yeah, I can see that. They might be interested in the stuff. Nutritionists, wellness coaches, maybe. They might be therapists, yoga instructors, reflexology. These are all fields that are around what we do. You will not find aromatherapy. You will not find necessarily a lot about essential oils, but you need to start thinking about the fields related to us. And if not, you can also leave it open. So see how it comes up here. And then you see a number on the right-hand side. And this number is right now not true. Almost 100% of the time. It says your estimated audience size is 130 million people and can go up to 150. If I were to go and narrow it down, let's say even doTERRA right now. Oops, how do I write doTERRA? Let's see, essential oils, here you go. So at one point, a broad audience for leads is fine. I'm trying to hit anywhere between the yellow and the red, but it's still not true because Facebook doesn't know you. So how can it say that? So this number here, I try not to look at, and sometimes I do, of course, because I like numbers, but I don't look at it necessarily because at one point, once you have started running ads, it will say then even here, you will get 13 to 18 leads per day. And that then is a bit more accurate, still not 100%, but once you have done enough advertisement, they will then know your audience and know what you do, and then they can predict a little bit better. But nevertheless, here, audience definition, don't pay attention to it too much. Just make sure you find a little bit your audience, and or if you know exactly who it is. If you don't know in the beginning, just leave it up basically to Advantage Plus campaign and let them find it for you. Because they're going to look at your profile. They're going to look at what you've posted. That's why you want to have a few posts on your Facebook page already. That's why you want to have the Instagram account a little bit. So they're going to look at everything and then they're going to match you. All right, let's go down. Nothing here and nothing here. You click next. Okay, don't worry about the two arrows if you see them right now. We're just gonna
I
go.
have one.
You have one? I've got two. We're just gonna go here and call the ad name out. So your very first name is going to be, for example, prompt lead magnet, prompt better. But then you're going to call it the graphic you're going to put in here. So we are going to have three different graphics, right? So the one you might just name the image you have and put the image name here. So you're going to go for, you can call it the mock-up, the split image, the positive, negative, whatever describes it for you best, but you will also have a small visual then anyway available. So you can also just say number one. That's fine too. You just want to mark your names a little bit. Yeah. So then here's nothing. And then identity is choose the Facebook page and Instagram. So if you have multiple pages, you might have a drop down. I only have right now AI Grim here, and the other pages are on my aromatherapist in business and Plan Precisely. But you probably see just one here right now for your Facebook page. Also, your Instagram account you want to choose. And then let's go down, create ad. So here it says right now, selected a single image or video. That's when your images now you prepared come into play. So you keep it as it is. At one point, you might want to consider to have like a carousel, meaning a few more images that tell a story. That's down the line. So like right now, just do the single image. When you do more sorry, more advertisement, you can also use existing posts and create the Creative Hub. They actually do the images for you then. Okay, so we're gonna keep it there, and then we are going to create the form. Now this part takes probably a little bit longer. Down the road, are you at destination? Sorry, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bypass ad creativity? Right? Go back up. I have an extra piece.
Oh, nice.
Select and optimize your ad text, media, and enhancements.
Oh, okay. I would leave this off for now.
Well, it says either image ad or video ad.
So you
Yeah,
take the image ad then.
I did, but it still gave me something else extra.
How is that even possible? Do I have this further down?
You don't have it. You don't have it at all.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
Shit, what the heck? Yeah, so do you have an option to uncheck it?
I don't know if I have to pick anything. I can scroll
Yeah.
right by it, see what
Yeah,
happens.
scroll right by it because you will use the ad copy and the headlines and the things you have prepared.
Okay.
You can, if you get fancy later on, you can try Facebook advertisement. Again, they are getting better and better and better.
Okay. You know
But
what? I'm gonna pick to see what it says. Oh, and then it gave me a pop-up to actually upload my image.
that should come. This is the ad
No,
created.
no, no. This just came up with this other thing that you told me to ignore. I'm ignoring it. But anyway,
And
I
then
don't know. I don't know. Okay. It'll be different next week. I get it. I get
it
it.
will, yep, it will change.
Okay.
Destination, create form. If you have created a form before, you will see it here in a drop-down menu, and then you can choose it. Now you're going to create your first form. So what is the form? The lead form is going to allow you to collect first name and email addresses for your lead magnet you have prepared. It's called Instant Forms. It keeps the people on Facebook and they have it right there. So when you see a Facebook ad, and you will see it in a moment, maybe we don't even talk, but when you see the ad and it says learn more, a form pops up, they fill just quickly in, and then it will be done all in Facebook. That's why they are so much cheaper, because Facebook used to, and probably still does, I would imagine, used to favor everything staying on forms. So they have an instant form on Facebook. Now let's click on create form, and I'm going to let the cat out. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we are going to, you see probably this, and here on the right-hand side, they do this a little bit nicely, is where the form pops up, and now you can see your changes. It says pre-fill information, and you should see that. Do you see that?
Mhm.
Nope.
No?
No, mine has like an intro and then it has my
Mm.
logo.
Oh, this here on the left-hand side?
No, on the right-hand side. So where you have where it says contact information, I have a logo and then a box that has Refugium Aromaticum LLC
Like
and
this?
headline text.
Do you have this in
Mm.
there? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it says like something with headline text.
Okay. Do you see message for, can you go back and forth with some arrows?
Yeah. And I'm on the first one right now on mine. It says it's on the first.
Like really funny. Ignore. Okay. It's like whatever. Don't you worry about it. Okay, form name. Just call it what it is. So if it is again lead magnet for your specific lead magnet, you're going to do is call it what it is. Prompt better. That's it. We go for more volume. We leave it as it is. Don't do flexible form delivery. And that's it on the first page. Now we're going to hop over to page next.
Um,
Oh, no.
okay. Never mind. Yeah, I see the flexible
Yeah,
form delivery. Yeah,
yeah,
and
just
then
leave that
but
off.
mine was open, so I didn't click on it, but mine was open.
So weird.
I think somebody else has made an ad on your page and you didn't even know it.
Yeah, that's maybe you started it at one point,
Nobody has access to my page.
you think. All right, let's click next.
So should I close that flexible form delivery and see
Yeah,
what happens?
yeah. I mean, does it look like this suddenly?
Yeah,
Optimized?
mine came open like that. I didn't click on anything. It was open.
And for Eugene?
No, mine was closed to nothing.
Interesting. Okay. Okay,
Closing
next.
it.
Just make sure you have more volume that this should be. That was automatically there.
But then the thing is that let me see if I can find that contact form because mine doesn't. Oh, okay. Mine's on the second page.
This is like funny. Okay, click
Oh.
next. There, here, background image, greeting. So the background image, you can, upload something different if you want, or it will use you. Is that what you see? Maybe. It was already enabled for you.
No, no.
Interesting. Okay, so you could
No,
upload.
background image is not enabled on mine.
Yeah, no, and I don't have it. I never put it out there actually. So I leave background image off just for deliverability as well. And then greeting, I would put on. Okay, so the greeting we put on because we do want to greet people. And there is something I put in this form. Let me go here to show you because then you can go back. And I put it down here. Form name. A greeting. Okay, no, greeting, hang on. We remove or skip. We don't do greeting, we do the questions. So step 4 is questions, pre-fill questions, and so on. So let's go back. Greeting, keep it off for now. Why is it not? Here we go. Okay, so I remember why now. Okay, so the greeting is just another step. If you have it off, the form will be right there. That's all you want. You don't want to have more blah blah. You want to get them straight to the point. Okay, then click next. So both of these ones are. So they changed how this whole thing, the sequence comes up because it was before all in one long one. And then, yeah. So next, we are now at questions.
Mhm.
You have that? And that is
Mhm.
you too. You don't want to do the questions. You do only, so here you can decide. I don't take right now phone number, but it is maybe a choice down the road where a lot of people, the delivery of SMS messages is 92%. So it is something, it's a new thing. It's something to consider a little bit more than a year, 2 years, or 3 years ago if you want to collect phone numbers. Now, if you make it optional, people don't need to do it. I see sometimes now instant forms where it's not even optional anymore. And what I do is I close the whole thing down because I don't want to do my phone number. But there are people that actually like for bookings, when I do any kind of bookings, the phone number I do put in because I love those SMS reminders. You have a call set up today. That's when I use them. But for a lead magnet, I don't. So you want the hurdle to be as low as possible. And what you want to say in the description is, what is your best email to deliver the, and then you can call it, I'm just gonna call it right now the goodie to you. So you don't want to just say, what's your email? You want to say, what is your best email? Because some people do put fake emails in as well. So you want to be aware of that. But say something in the description that feels good to you, what you would say normally. So what is your best email? How can I deliver, or to what email can I deliver the guide? Yeah, something little. Doesn't need to be. And then you see it here coming up on the right-hand side, maybe for Roxandra below, on top or left.
No, it's right there now.
Okay, so you see immediately how it will look like when you fill it out here. And then you can choose the contact field, user information, first name, or you can't do first name for some reason anymore. So you just can either use, and I do both always, full name and email. And that was it on this side, basically. Yep, click next. So here it says full name and email. If you want to lower the barrier even further, you could say no name, but I like names. Okay, and here is the part with the privacy policy. Now, what you want to do is find your privacy policy, the link somewhere on your URL. So you go to your website somewhere and find the link to your privacy policy. Let me just show you how it, wait a second, I have it, for example, here it is. Oops, come on over, up, up, there you go. So on our aigrim.com website, I have it all the way at the bottom, and then when you click this one, it opens up, and then you can just choose the link up here on top, the privacy link, and then you come back over to the ads manager, and you put the link in here. If you don't, oh, I must have.
You're missing the H and the T. Yep.
If you don't have the privacy right now, I think Facebook doesn't even allow you to go any further. So You can also put any kind of link as a placeholder in there, but no, sorry. Instant forms, once they are shut down, they will not be the instant form itself, this form piece, you would need to recreate new because they don't allow you to edit this instant form. They allow you to edit the entire ad, but this form here, you will just, and that's not difficult. They will not allow you to do again. Visit AIGram's privacy policy. You can also just say privacy policy like this, and then it comes up like this. Privacy policy. You can add a custom disclaimer. So again, that is something which is along terms and conditions, and every country, sorry, every country is different. What I have put in here somewhere, you can put terms and conditions, and then I would put for AIGRIM. Let me just fill it out so you see how it is. But because we are global, I would put terms and condition in AIGRIM, for example, and then I would go back. Where is it now? Here. And then you can put something like this text in. Oh, Katrin. Sorry. Here. We promise to only send emails packed with beautiful content for you to grow your business, but if you disagree, you can unsubscribe at any time. So you could put this in, and then it comes up here as another one. So, you know, I like to do these things just because I feel safer in terms of privacy policies and terms and all the legal stuff. There is no way we can read through all the legal stuff constantly.
So in that text area, you don't have to put the link to your terms and conditions to your
No,
website, or no?
yeah, not for terms and conditions, only for the privacy policy because you will be using
Okay.
their email addresses. Yeah, not here. Okay, and then, but you can also leave it out. So this one is an optional, while the privacy says optional. Oh, they changed maybe the privacy policy, but I don't think you can actually go forward without the privacy policy unless they made changes to that. And that's basically it on this page. And then you click next, and we are on the last one already. And this is where you want to then just say, so here is another opportunity for you to either send them directly to your website and have them join a group if you have a Facebook account, or you can tell them to follow your business. So you could say, thanks, you're all set. And then in the meanwhile, or your lead or your guide should arrive in, let's say,
It's actually forcing me to put something in there.
okay. Your guide should arrive in 4 to 5 minutes. In the meanwhile, feel free to join our free community with, I don't know, many, or free community, that's it. And then you could put the link, go to the website, and then put your link in here, wherever your community sits. So you have another opportunity to capture them one more time. And that opportunity can be going to your website. You can have a file. Here you can deliver the file right away as well. Your lead magnet, view file. Or call you, so they can also get your number if you do client consultations and you have maybe 15-minute calls. You might want to say, if you would like to book a 15-minute call, call me. Or chat with you on WhatsApp. A lot of people start doing that now because it's optional to just hit the chat button and chat with you. And then the last thing, once you have decided, so let's say you send them to your website so they can see your products. This one here, I would definitely change and make it more inviting. The action, the call to action, you can say, jump over here for, I don't know, 25% or I guess 35% off my roller balls, let's say, something like this. And then you can put like a little emoji, a heart, or something else, and then you have another opportunity to sell or get them going on something else. Because now you have their email already. That's the most important thing. But now you do have another chance. And if you do Messenger, then you would say start conversations on Messenger. And then you say create form. Any questions before I click create form and might not be able to go back in?
No, I hit save draft, right? Because I don't want to actually do anything yet, or do
Okay,
I?
yeah, you can hit save draft. I'm going to say create form. Okay, so your form sits here. So when you create another ad, you will have your form come up here then, and then you can choose the same form again. Or you open it up at least and you can copy it over. I think that was the possibility. All right, so here you have your form. Make sure it's highlighted. If you have more, that the right form is highlighted. And then you come down here. This is new. Follow up with leads. Chat with leads from instant form. After a lead submits your instant form and agrees to receive messages from your business, a chat that includes their contact information will start on Messenger or Instagram. That is cool. That's new. You might look at that. Try maybe one ad without and one with.
I just have a quick question because I'm still a little bit behind. Did you click on connect with leads in Messenger or no?
No, I didn't. Not
Okay.
for this one. I would really say for the very first round, stay as simple as possible.
Okay.
Form name, or do you?
And then the very last thing what we need to do now here is basically get our image in, the text and headline and call to action, and then you could click publish. Let me know, Roxandra, when you're there.
So higher up, what did we have to do? Was there anything that we needed?
No, nothing. The instant form, and you should have this one showing up.
Yeah.
So I keep getting an error. Form name already exists. Please enter a new one.
How is that possible? You only
I don't know. I know. And now I've gone back. I've like renamed my forename and it won't do anything. Won't let me go forward. Let's just try this.
That is strange because you don't have any other form in
Oh,
there.
never mind. I guess it worked. Oh,
So on
oh,
the
because of draft. Because I did draft.
Uh-huh.
It
Okay.
won't let you create a form if you have a draft.
So why do they give you the option of a draft? Yeah, so I publish. So if I know I want to make a change to the form, I literally make a copy and make the changes then. I never have put draft in. Here, you're in draft mode. On the top right corner, just in case you haven't seen it, that's in draft mode still.
Okay, good. That was my next question.
Yeah.
So I guess on the top right where you have that verify your changes, I need to add my phone number in there, correct?
Where do you have? Where?
On the right, when you go to the right, yes. It
Here?
has verify your changes. So for me, it's asking me to add my phone number in there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oops. Whatever you need to do to verify those
Okay.
things, I guess you would need to do that.
Down.
Okay, that's it. That's funny. It brought me back to the first page, but the thing is gone now. Okay. Now I need to go to the next one again. So yeah, then click publish. Interesting. Okay, let's go on here. Okay, so you have selected this one, and then here you're now going to just upload edit media, and you're going to upload your image.
Hold on, something happened. I have to hit publish?
No, 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 not yet. Hang on, let me go back out. So you here under instant form, you have this one, right?
Oh, hey, okay, FYI, you can go back and you can go back and edit. Just realized that.
Oh, good. So they do allow you to open up.
Because that's what I did. I went back to see what I could do, but now I don't know how to get back. Let's do this. Let's do that. Nope. Yes, I'm there. Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, good, good, good.
I'm not there yet because I have to verify the phone number.
Okay.
I'm wondering why. Okay, yeah, I need to. Oh, so you need to verify your phone number? Your phone number? You never had to do that, Jean, right?
No, but I'll be honest, I went into this
I think I
thing,
didn't have my phone number saved in there.
Hmm.
I went in here a couple days ago because it told me I didn't have Instagram set up, but yet everything in Instagram was actually set up. So all of a sudden, like Ads Manager now understands. Not questioning it. So
You can try to not make sense of Facebook ads.
no.
Oh, you still entering, Roxandra?
No. I have that already. So I have to.
Now
How
you
do I
just
change
here.
the image here again?
Yeah, so you click on edit. I haven't done it yet. So
Okay.
edit media, and then you go to upload your image you want to use for your first ad. Click upload here.
Problem is, I don't know which one I want to add.
Well, you're gonna add all three of them. But
I
right,
have 8. I think I have 7 or 8.
okay. Well, choose.
Well, so put it this way, Nelson narrowed it down to like 4 that he likes.
You can also
If
put
he actually
4 in.
picked his 2 favorite, I never thought he's gonna pick those.
Isn't that funny? That's what I mean.
I can actually show you quick.
Because
Let me
I
just.
think that's actually, you can actually have 4 ads in there. You don't need to do 3. If you want to test 4, you can put all 4 in.
Mhm.
But for now, I will show. So basically, we are going to create one right now, and then we're going to duplicate one, and then the rest you can do by yourself because it's all about duplication then.
Mhm.
But right now, just I'm going to choose a real, like whatever, because I'm not gonna set it live right now. So I'm uploading my image. I'm going to choose, I should be a square. Let me just choose one of my square images right now. This one, I guess, is square. This one is square. This one is, I'm just gonna choose this one right now.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I click next. And then you will see already vertical, square, horizontal. I do not do anything to this whole thing. I let Facebook basically decide what to do with the image. Some of them, it might be that they are a little bit cropped off or so, but normally you can turn this off. But I would leave it turned off on because Facebook is then going to resize all of your images to what is needed for the 18 placements.
Even though it really crops it, cuts it off.
Yeah, you can also then say disable, or you can also upload a changed image in Canva. You can upload for that specific one then too.
So it won't let me keep vertical and horizontal on original because it says it will not show up correctly. It wants my recommendation, which is 9 to 16, and
Yeah,
yeah,
vertical is mine is cut off on the edges
big
too.
time. Yeah.
So you cannot click, or so is yours?
I can click original, yeah.
I can click it, but it'll tell me the ad will not show up on certain placements you've
Okay,
selected.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine for now. That is fine. So let's go on to the next one because you will
Okay.
see a next yeah, so I'm always trying to say is like it's okay if there's then gray or something else in the background. Or like this, as long as I don't need to do 100 more of these graphics for every single size. You will drive yourself nuts. But let's go next. and then just see primary text. You can put this all in what the Facebook is about. Add multiple text. That's a new one. Hang on. Will show you predict will perform best when your ad is delivered. Tell people what your ad is about. Headline. What the heck? That was not there. So I always do learn more. I never do sign up. Oh, that they do it here now. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so this is basically the primary text what we talked about in your ad. So they do it here for some reason. The call to action, the above the fold. So I'm going to just show you. I'm just gonna grab one of these ones here. Let's say I'm going to go here, grab the headline. I'm going to put it into the headline because normally it shows up here on the right-hand side. Well, let's put it in. Where is the rest? And then I'm going to put in the first 3 sentences are here, this whole thing. So you will take your body, basically, your text, your body, the primary text. You can put in here. Hang on, this is all a bit new, so I need to see myself. Ready? Let me just go up here. This was much better before. Let's see where this will show up. Okay. I'm gonna click next. So text, headline, description. But before you can see it on the right-hand side how it will look like. This is really new here. So don't do anything with the enhancements. Maybe they have gotten better and you can test it out the next one, but it starts doing all kinds of stuff with your image then, and the past times it completely corrupted the image. So I'm gonna click done, but I want to, okay. Here is, okay, here's something, this is what it's normally was like this. So I filled everything in here. I don't know why they put it now into the form, but let me show you. If you click here on add preview, if you see that, and click on add, do you have that on yours? This is actually much better.
Not that far yet because I haven't added all the other stuff in yet.
Yeah, you don't need to. I mean, you don't need to add the primary text because you can do it out here. That's what I was looking for. It's new that they
Okay.
added it to the image, but just click next, next, and then you come out to this part here because it's much easier to work in here.
Okay.
And the reason is Facebook shows you how it will show up while you make changes. So this one here on the left-hand side is the Facebook feed. And here is Instagram feed. And then you can make the changes here. So these are the first 3 sentences. The first 3 sentences here on top of your Facebook ad, especially not on Instagram, but especially on Facebook, you want to be really impactful and have a call out to your audience. So if
So
you
I don't see the, I mean, like I see the preview, but I don't have like that add and destination on mine.
you don't have these two, do you have this one enabled to add preview? Or do you have it disabled? Because then it looks like this.
What's my computer doing here? No, that's not, oh, yeah, it is enabled. So I see the pictures and everything, but I don't have like that little bluish add and destination on mine. Mine, it says advanced preview, and then there's a little button with an arrow pointing to the side.
Is that something, this one you have, the advanced preview then? Then it opens up everything.
Yeah, but it's higher up, so it's a completely different location than on yours there.
So strange to me. I wonder if it is different from Mac to PC or anywhere else, like all of the
Maybe.
different browsers. But yeah, so if you have this advanced preview, then you can actually click on it and you will see all the different placements.
But where do I have to go now to add like the text and all that?
Yeah, okay, so the text you should have available. You
I
see,
had to scroll down quite a bit to find this primary text and everything.
yeah. So it might sit different. For me, it sits under Add Creative.
Oh my God, where did it?
You found it?
Let me let me see. Okay. Okay, so you said on the add creative?
Yeah, under Add Creative. For me, it sits under Add Creative. I don't know where it sits.
Mine too. Mine too.
Okay.
Okay, and then primary text, headline.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So really important, just the primary text is after the image, the second most important part, because it sits right here on top
Okay.
on Facebook. So when they like your image and they stop scrolling, their eyes will wander immediately to what is it
Mm-hmm.
about? So you want to be really in those 3 sentences you have available here, you want to have some impact. I used to, for example, say in my first line, calling all aromatherapists. So I called them out in the first line already. All all military people. So, you want to speak in the first line to them immediately as much as you can, or you want to talk to their pain points in a very, you could also say something very harsh. After 30 years, are you still struggling with grief, anxiety, or something else? Whatever you feel fits your audience. Not that it's something bad to be there after 30 years, but it does make you like, oh, maybe I can change that. Let me see how. So yeah, I used to call out all aromatherapists. Maybe on this one, I will say, do you still get shitty results when using ChatGPT or something like this? Be bold in your first 3 sentences. Then when you scroll down, you can put the remaining part of your description in here, that under description. When you open it up, basically the remaining part will come in. For Instagram, it sits down below here. So even here, the first 2 sentences are important.
And then are you going to keep the same text for all 3 images?
Yes. Yeah, we are
Okay.
only going to, yes. So that's why it
Okay.
will be really easy when we do the second one.
Okay.
Call to action, you can play around with a little bit in here, but it's this one here. Aromatherapy Guide 4. Be careful that it doesn't cut off. If you do it too long, it will cut off. So you could say here,
I would say, do you want a headline?
yeah, you want to have something because that's the third important part is you need to prompt them. It's the call to action. Get your free guide. Oops. For example, get your free. I find it funny that they call it headline because for me, a headline is always on top.
Mm-hmm.
For them, they call it headline, whatever is in the call to action button. So get your free guide, and then this part you have to play around for a little bit.
So from the prompt in AI Grim, would that be the sentence that it put out under the concept? Because it gave me like add concept, and that's like in bold, and it sounds like a
Yeah, headline.
title for the whole thing, but
Yes. Yes. So the concept there would be, say the sentence it says.
for this one specifically, it says when the adrenaline won't stop.
And then do you have on top,
And
do you have on top of that, what did you use, Jean?
I I'm a little, I don't know. So I think my my prompts and the things that I did in AI Grim are not matching up with this, and I'm not sure why. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not.
mine the same. It doesn't look like it's matching up completely.
Oh,
So
you mean matching up the headline here and the
yeah,
description?
because it gave me like three different options
Yes.
for tech for the whole thing. And
Okay.
then so for the first one, for the concept, it says the 5 minute reset protocol.
Okay.
And for the second one, it said what I said before, when the adrenaline won't stop. And then the third one is calm on command.
Oh, so there it gave you three options back.
Yeah, it actually gave me three text options for the whole thing with three completely
Okay.
different.
So, okay. So they don't match necessarily, or are they all, could you choose whatever fits best?
I mean, I could probably mix and match a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, I think the three options, as long as it's the same theme for your guide, you can
Hmm.
mix and match whatever sounds best. And oh, it gave you three. Okay.
Yeah,
So
the full text stuff is three different things too.
yeah.
And
So right now we are doing an ad where we have three different images.
yeah, I know.
Theoretically, once you have your best image selected after a few days,
Hmm.
you can then have another ad set over here with three different copies.
Yeah.
So right now I would choose, because we're gonna keep the same text, choose what feels the best for you for all three of them. It's going to be the same text.
Okay.
So I would choose, and you can even reword it or
I did make a few little changes
yeah,
in
takes
the
up
actual body of the text, but
right. Yeah, so also that Facebook has cut it out like this now. It used to have the primary text and the description used to be one. So now they put it into five different pieces here. I don't even know where the five are. One or five. You can oh, you can add other text options. Okay. And add another headline option as well. So it would then start choosing maybe different ones. Let's see what it
see,
does.
like mine, it didn't like in the text, nowheres did it say to put my name in or anything. Like
No,
mine,
that is
none of them
optional.
start with hi, I'm whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
that is optional. So everything you get out, you still need to use your best senses of who you are. I mean, at the end, it is AI, and so it's going to give you back a very structured whatever I put into the prompt. But when
Hmm.
you feel like I want to introduce myself, so I'm going to say, hello, it's Roxandra, do it. If you feel like this would be so not me, don't do it.
Okay.
So use your best judgment to how you would talk to your audience.
Hmm.
And yeah, don't feel shy in changing things around to make them. I do that too. So I take, you can see me, sometimes the words might be too long because you only have 255 characters. So you want to make it really impactful over here. So the form, this one here, I would definitely say I'm going to make it that it is over two lines long. Get your free guide um, for, or get your free guide with, I don't know, 10 recipes for PTSD, for example. And if that then looks good, I like it, then I would keep it. So ask yourself too, if you were to see the ad, would you stop scrolling? If you were to see the call to action, would you click on it? And often we don't know, but that's why we are testing three different ads. Which image is going to work the best? And for me, it says right now, your ad won't deliver to one placement because I don't have a video, and that's fine.
Yeah,
So
I got that too.
yeah. Yeah, you can theoretically add a video, you can do all kinds of stuff. And then for learn more is something you need to decide. I always do learn more. I mean, for the call to action itself, subscribe, I don't like. Apply now would be if you have something, be one of the winners type of thing. Or apply now to be reviewed. Book now. Book now you could do if you have something like a 15-minute booking call. Download you can do too if you have a direct download there. A get offer is when you make an advertisement, for example, 25% off. Get a quote, obviously, if you have some kind of a family practice and they want to have a quote for the entire family, never use this one. And sign up is always a little bit for me, I don't want to sign up, but I want to learn more. So that was for me the best choice here. And then down here, you don't need to do anything. And that was it. So you would click publish then, theoretically. But before we go there, you do want to have your second and third image and keep the text. So if you're happy with your text down here, when you decided really on the text and you say, okay, I want to see all of my placements, you go one more time here to the advanced preview. And then you can scroll through. It's like, oh, this is how it will show up on Facebook Reels, Instagram profile feed, Facebook Marketplace even. So you can see all of the different ones. And if you like what you see, you cannot make all of them perfect. But that's not what it's about. It's like this big learn more here is Facebook Stories, for example. I mean, I'm already so happy that Facebook can actually pretty much recreate everything for so many different placements for you to show up. That didn't used to be like this. You had to put all of these different sizes in there a few years back. And this one is cool too. Facebook notification. That's how you would come up. You might be interested in AI Grim. Get your free guide with 10 recipes for PTSD. So I would try to look through them if this all fits your style, if the words fit in. You most likely won't get it perfect for all of them at the same time. Here, for example, it's missing the PTSD. So you might want to say, okay, maybe I need to put PTSD first and then rearrange the sentence. So that happens. Whatever you got out now from Grimm, it's a guideline. But when you look at these ones, you might need to think about, okay, do I need to change some of the words? But overall, I think they have even more placements now. Yeah. Load more variations. It's incredible. They have come such a long way. So any questions around this part here? Or is that pretty clear?
It's clear till I start messing around with it a lot more.
So the last thing what we want to do is duplicate it 2 more times. So you come over to your ad. You don't want to do the campaign. You don't want to do the ad set. You only want to duplicate right now your ad. So you click on the 3 dots and say duplicate or even quick duplicate. That's also a new one. Let me do the quick one.
Like there's even another one underneath forms, instant forms to duplicate.
They should be in here, so I hope. Identity. Yeah, let me go into this one. So
Susie, now, what goes in the description again?
that is just the long text here. This is either way you say, hi, my name is, or anything else. So the first 3 sentences, again, they used to be together, the primary text and the description, but they separated it now. because the first three sentences are the next thing that people gonna see. So in the description, you would put in any of the long text you have gotten back or adjusted maybe.
Because that doesn't look nice when I put it in there, and it doesn't let me space out between the paragraphs. It's like when I copy and paste in there, it just squishes everything together.
And you're not able to put a
It
paragraph,
won't let me. No.
so you cannot be in here.
Yes, I was right in there, and I pasted the text in there, and it just squished everything together.
Let me try too. Hang on. What if you click edit? What happens then?
Let me see, because I
Oh,
deleted everything
interesting.
from there again.
No, because it's interesting. I can't go in there either right now. Hang on just a second. Can you go back in, Jean?
No, not anymore.
No.
Nope.
Edit. Interesting. Hang on just a second.
Nope. You're done. You're done. You can't go back and change it again.
Can you do edit media? Hang on.
No, because it just is just
Text.
about the picture.
No,
Oh.
here, yeah. No, you can. Okay, so Roxandra,
There it is.
next
Edit
to
media.
media, it says 19
Okay.
placements. Here, click edit and edit media, which makes no sense to edit the text if you say edit media. Are you in there?
Just tells me that some customizations will be removed. I guess continue.
Yep.
It took me right back there where all the pictures are.
And then can you click on text? Do you see that? Here?
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
And then here you should be able to make changes still. So they did change that quite a bit around. It makes no sense to me that you have to edit media to get back to the text when they have the text down below. But that might change next week.
It doesn't let me separate. It just pushed everything together again.
So
Did you, where you copied it from Google Docs? Mine copied it exactly like my Google Docs had it.
No, I copied it from Word.
Oh,
That's
well,
what I
it
use.
should be the same thing.
I know.
But you're right, I cannot even make a space right now too. But
It doesn't let me.
that is Facebook.
I would say mine mine copied it exactly with the paragraphs, the sentences apart and everything.
Let me try this one here, Roxandra. I'm going to try to copy this part out here, come to this one and see if it would. Now it spaces it out. So it is weird that it doesn't let you, but I think there is a bug. Now it wrote SY. So I think there is a bug in Google ads that you cannot do it after you clicked.
I think you have to put it in as exactly like you want it. Like you copy and paste it in, you can't edit it.
That is weird.
But I mean, that's what I did. I copied it and it's supposed to paste it the same way.
Oh,
And it's not doing
try
it.
paste and match style. So do you have that right click when you copy the text over?
Yeah, and it only gives me paste as plain text.
So try one of
Or
the other ones you haven't tried.
Try plain text or text without paste without formatting or something sometimes.
same
Us-
thing. Let me see.
Yeah, those are the little things that can
Hey.
keep you going.
No, it doesn't even give me the paste without formatting or anything like that. Nope. Just those two options and
And then most of them are scrambled up.
I guess I'm just gonna have to type it in myself.
No, the other thing what I would try to do is you have it from you're copying it from Google Doc?
No, she's doing from Word, she said.
I
From
use
Word?
the Word documents.
Okay, yeah, that should work too.
Should do the same thing. Should keep it the way it is, and
Yeah.
doesn't.
So what is the option when you copy it? I'm just wondering. Right.
Maybe I'll add another space in there in the Word document and see what it's gonna do then.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Trick that thing.
I'm trying to think what I did. I highlighted it, copied it, and I probably controlled V to paste it. So, and that worked for me. I don't know what to tell you.
Jean, were you able to copy your one ad over here?
I didn't, I can see how to do it, but
Okay.
I need to go back and spend some time on that ad, so I'm
Yes,
not gonna
absolutely.
worry too much about it. I have
Yeah.
a question for you.
Yeah.
So, um, the call to action, like you have it says learn more right now.
Yeah.
If you hit download, like if you highlight it to do download,
Mhm.
how does it know that when they click on the button, they're downloading something?
That was an option in the form.
Okay, okay, all right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was an option in the form. So here, this has nothing to do with what the action in the form is, but they will connect then. But you have to, yeah, you have to do it in the form.
But then where do you add your lead magnet for them to download?
So if you have, so what I do, I can only give you that answer. What I do, I always, always, always have the people go and check their emails to get the lead magnet. Because what they might otherwise do, if they click download here,
Mm-hmm.
you can add the link here in the form for them to download. But then they will never look at your email. So they will faster, in
Okay.
my opinion, forget about your email. But if you say, check your emails and your spam folder, you should get something in 4 to 5 minutes. Then they have physically to go and open up your email to get the guide.
Okay. So then I have to get all their emails, move them to MailerLite, and then
Right, but there is an automatic way, and I think we're not going to cover that today. That's
yeah.
the Zapier integration. That is one more step
Okay.
where it is automated.
Okay.
Facebook gives you the option to download them manually and upload them. I don't choose that. But if you
Mm-hmm.
have right now in the beginning, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 people come in, you might just look at that periodically for the first few days and do it manually.
Okay.
So
But
we're not actually giving them our MailerLite, lead magnet, or download anything for
no,
this?
you give it to them and you have your MailerLite email set up, right? Where you deliver the lead magnet.
Yes.
Yeah, so because they enter their email address and their first name here, once they do that in the instant form here, you have the possibility to download from Facebook the Instagram the instant form
Yeah,
sign.
but then we need to change that because it says like they'll get their guide within 4 to 5 minutes. Well, I cannot spend the whole day on the.
No, that's why I would suggest you definitely want to have the integration with automation.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on though. So I get that I have so that I'm talking about the MailerLite like link that I give somebody that they click on, and they click on it, they put their name in, and then they get the
That's the
um
opt-in page.
right, the opt-in page. That is not getting linked into this ad at all.
Not in this ad
That's
because
what I'm trying to understand. Okay.
okay, yeah. So the opt-in page
Okay.
you distribute everywhere else. The instant form is Facebook here. So basically, the opt-in page right now replaces the instant form or the other way around.
Okay.
So the opt-in page is going to be for everything what you do, or if you were not to do ads, you use your opt-in page.
Okay. That's where I was confused. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So the instant form we will then connect through Zapier to go automatically into your MailerLite, where you don't have to check, and then it delivers it automatically. Okay, so I think that was a lot of information. I told you it's going to be. But anyway, so once you have duplicated your forms 3 times, I just wanted to into the same campaign, number of copies. I guess you could do 2 here. Number of copies, show extend, and no, nothing else. What the heck is that?
There was an easier way to duplicate instead of doing this, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the quick duplication one.
It wasn't even that. It was actually right in, well, that one too, but it was right in where I have my list of, where is that again? So you have the underneath destination, the instant form. It shows you your forms that you have. You can just duplicate it right there too.
But then do you get 3 different ads here? Or did you just duplicate the form?
Oh, I duplicated the form. You're right.
Yeah, so what you want to do is duplicate the entire ad with the form.
Okay.
And all you need to do is replace the image. For the second image, duplicate the whole thing one more time and replace it for the third image. So I would go in here and all I would change is right now the image, let's say. And keep the text and say done. So, and then I would definitely rename this thing up here. Click on it and not say copy, and I would say image number 2. And then I would one more time quick duplicate, come in here and say image number 3, and then go down and replace to the third image you have. And I don't know, I'm gonna just take this one even so it's not the right size. Next, text stays the same. Next, done. Now you're done with your entire ad set. And then you can click publish. Then it will say in review for anywhere between 10 minutes to a couple of hours. Facebook will review it and then it will run and it will say learning phase. And then it will stay in the learning phase for as long as it needs to, often 3 days, to get to know you and your audience. And then it will run for good.
But for the time being, I can just hit close at the bottom and it's going to keep what I got and I can come back in here.
Yeah, so because you don't
I don't publish, you can still
publish
just come back.
anything, you can just click all edits are saved. And then let's actually do it. Close, save drafts automatically, but they aren't running. That's fine. Close. And then here they are. So my campaign, then I've got my ad set. Is also just one. And then all of my ads are here. And then you can see the 3 different images.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Facebook can't count. It does 1, 3, 2. Seriously. This is so funny. Even when you sort it, it can't count, but that's okay. I hope it can count correctly everything in terms of results and money. But yeah, so that's all. This is it. And then once you're ready to go, it will say on here, but nothing is going to run because it's in draft mode
Okay.
here. Not sure why they choose to say it's on even. How confusing is that? So when you want to go back in, you just click edit, or you can go to a specific ad, highlight it and click one specific ad and edit as well. And then you should come back in and be able to make changes to your entire ad. And then
Okay.
let me just see if they have, because yeah, if you click on ad, you can then see it here in square mode, all 12 placements in horizontal here, and then in portrait mode. And sometimes they, oh, share link. That is the coolest then. Once you're live, you can share it with everybody else to look at it and review it, and then you have your ad ready to go. But yeah, as long as you don't click publish and click close, they even try to make you publish again. You're good to go. Hoo-hoo, glass of wine, glass of wine. Hoo-hoo.
I'm thinking shots.
Yes, me
But all
too.
right, you can have wine. I'm gonna have some whiskey.
To be honest, I think I only have shots left. I have Sambuca, the Greek one,
Ooh.
in the fridge. But be super patient with yourself. It is one of the most difficult things is ads. And you have
So
confidence.
confusing. This whole thing is so confusing to me.
It is really, really confusing, but know that everybody has been there. And the problem, the thing is, not problem, the thing is you don't even want to talk about any other ads, not sales ad, not awareness, not any of that. Just go for lead ads, do this thing, and let it run for a moment and see what happens. I would,
Yeah, a little confusing, but I think once I spend the time, really look at this, think about how I want it to look and all that, I think, you get that first one done, the rest kind of just fall into
yeah,
place.
and
So,
you have always then, especially if it runs well, then you have an example always to go back to and just do it then for other lead magnets.
and I thought creating the 3 images was going to be the tough part.
Yeah, I know.
So I have a question. I have a question on that because
Yes,
I created my 3 images and now I'm wondering if I got to go back and I don't know.
read.
So and change them. But because I also got like 3 options there, and so I kind of like picked some things and worked with it and stuff. But on the images, are we not wanting to put too much writing on there? It's just going to be mainly in the text up there. Like I should remove some of this off there, off what I built there.
Yeah, so this one is old news. Facebook used to say 20% of the image can have text, otherwise, it will actually not even go through. It's not the case anymore, but I think for the reason that the image should tell the story, the image should be more impactful than covered by text, I think. You can try it out. You can have one with more text and one with less text because you do have 3 opportunities to show your image. So this ad set here, what we are doing right now, these 3, it's all about the image. Stop the scrolling. Once you have found your winner, we can then talk about the text even more. So we can create another ad set where we keep the same image but have 3 different text options and see if there's another text option working better. But for now, the image on the text, you can try it out. You will be surprised what other people like because you will not guess that. And I think Roxandra maybe saw that already just asking Nelson, her husband. It's like, yeah, who would guess that? It's funny. So another one, if you haven't done this already, if you start spending time watching other people's ads on Facebook, you probably will look at it in a much different way than you have before when you look at ads on Facebook. And you can find, if you, I don't know, let me just go to my personal account. And you can always see when it says sponsored up here. Let's try to see one. If we find any sponsored ones. Usually there's so many sponsored ones, not today. Oh, let me go to my homepage, sorry. Oh, here we go. So if you're on your homepage on Facebook, sponsored here, then look what other people do and get a feeling for it. So she here, that's Susie Moore. Let it be simple, she says. Just starting out as a coach, and then just this one down here. Or go this one, I don't know what that is, headshots for AI, and see what they use. This one is sponsored Scholistico. They have quite a bit of text. They have mock-ups, that's what it's called. So I would really see what do they have here? What do they say as the call to action? Now you know where everything goes to. What is the first line they are telling here? AI powered headshots. Then you know exactly starting your career in therapeutic arts. The free 3-day virtual event that will transform your business. Good luck with that. High quality American made materials. So they do let you know in the first sentence up on top and the image. So when, I don't know, scroll, try to get used with your eye, train your eye for something. Because this image looks really cool here. That did make me stop scrolling. This one wouldn't, because it's like, what? I'm confused here. So see what touches you and not touches, but at least what makes you stop scrolling. Here's a lot of text. I would not read this all because this is too small. It's blurry for me. It's just like, I would go on. This is interesting. I like his arms. I stop scrolling. It's like weird things that make people stop scrolling. And then, yeah, this is fine, but what the heck is that? Well, I know HubSpot. So if you go through the sponsored ads, and these ones, for whatever reason, I get a lot of sponsored ads here, ads. This one you call lifestyle shots. If you have attractive, nice, cute, whatever, weird, I don't know, big cat here in front maybe, and then you in the background lurking out, like if you can come up with weird lifestyle images, then because why would I stop scrolling here? It's just like there's nothing really, I mean, the mountain is nice, but then I would go on. This one
I
is
on I would
come on.
say I think I'm going to go back and relook at my Facebook ad information and with the images now that I think that I'm happy with. Michelle, I like your images. I don't think you need to change what you've got.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I like him. I just wasn't sure if maybe I'm putting too much text in there and I need to have the text like it was like the 3 sentences above and whatever. So
I don't think
that's
so.
what I was
I think that's
wondering.
the whole point.
Okay.
I'll be honest,
Okay.
all of this stuff I probably wouldn't have stopped at, but two of my ads are boldly purple. So
Yeah,
guess what? That's what the people I want them to see.
yeah.
So it's like, what do you want? What do you want to see? That's what your image is going to be, your ad, right? That's not the whole
Yeah,
point. Our consumer
exactly.
is us. Our avatar is us.
Well, now it is you because you don't know better, right? But
Yep.
once the ad goes out there, you will see who is clicking it and you will get the information then in the insights of Facebook. But right now you can go at your best guesses only. And then you will, the consumer will make the decision for you. The good thing is you will find out much faster with an ad now than putting every now and then a post out.
Well, Michelle, I mean, just don't go anywhere, Katrine, but look at that on the side that says sponsored, that woman's picture and that bold text. That's a lot of text. Looks good, right?
One here?
Off the very right-hand side. Oh, no, it went away.
Here, this one?
Yeah, there was another one in there and it was like a woman and it was bold
Mhm.
text. So, and then that one you can't see. So, I think you gotta.
Yeah, you almost need to click on it, burn bridges. Yeah, so, and make a note of where you stopped scrolling and why. So this one is literally training your eye, training your way of becoming a marketer right now. You're not a consumer anymore of ads. You're training your business, your brain to look at what. This one here, for example, has a ton of text. I don't know if I would even read through all of this. So,
Well, and this is probably the important part of where we actually look at the different pieces to see if maybe we do have to change an image because it doesn't appear nice off to the side, but it appears great
yeah,
here.
exactly. And the same image will show up. We can help you sell this. Okay, that's pretty cool. Um, this one here, I would never stop really, even so it is actually the School of Herbal Medicine, but this one is already too much for me almost to
Thoroughly attest
to
that
do this and then listen and then replay and so I think everybody is different. I think this is it. We should not talk much more. We should just go and relax now. And then if there are questions, if you guys want to come together again, if we want to go through one of your ads, just looking at them so we learn like we do with the lead magnets, we can do that too. But
I think I'm gonna post my pictures and get some opinions about them now. I'm so insecure.
Oh yeah, I know. I told mine out and I'm like,
do
And see,
it.
I have on mine at the bottom of mine, I actually have like call to action at the bottom. But
Mm.
I don't need that there because it's going to be in the text below, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so
So
see
then
what,
maybe I move some of that to kind of make it where it's I have less writing on there, more focus on the, you know,
yeah,
image
yeah.
and not
I You can also, I mean, some of them have the call to action in the image as well. And again, then down.
okay.
So I think, because you can even put more than 3 images in. You can choose 4 or 5. I just find it always overwhelming to do so many, and especially if you have $5, because the $5 per day get distributed to all of your images then. So it's becoming less and less. And if you want to have a really quick turnaround and knowledge about what works and what doesn't work, I would normally just go with 3 images, $5 or $10 a day, have a quick decision, and then adjust your budget to whatever you want to adjust it. So Facebook obviously goes more aggressive the more money it gets, and it will be more helpful then. But I'm always shy with like trying new things out. I always go and be safe, and I now have mostly ads running at $20 a day, but only because I have learned the Facebook game much, much better than 5, 6 years ago. So take it slow and just get a taste of it. And, having an ad budget per month for $50 right now or $30, whatever it is better than nothing at all because it gives you the option to grow faster and get to
I'm
know the audience faster, actually.
I'm really glad I didn't try this on my own. Thank you. Thank you. I
I
mean,
don't think I would have.
this is
I would,
overwhelming, yeah, but I wouldn't have done this
I
on my
wouldn't have.
no,
no,
I would
no,
have not done this by
nope,
myself.
nope.
But I'm so proud. I like when I put this out there because I had it already in all of the classes for the past 4 years, but nobody wants to touch it. But at least you did now, and you're, the prime crop, So go. Bye-bye now. Good night.
I love to be beta testing for you.
I love to support the beta testers. But it always gets you a little bit further, right?
Totally. Yep.
Yes, yes. And I need those several pushes before I go do something.
Yeah, the 4 years of here is the advertisement course. Here it is. Look
Has
at
it
all
been
the
4 years? I
videos.
don't think so. I
No,
haven't known you that
I
long.
think no, but Jackie and Sylvia for sure.
I
But
think
now
it's
is
like
the
2
time.
years for me.
Yeah, probably two.
I'm only 2 because I only started with the boot camp stuff. So,
I think
um,
that's when Roxandra came up too.
yep.
So
I
you
So,
guys
started a
have the
little bit
excuse.
before with Blend Precisely,
Yeah, but
a
I
little
think
bit before the boot camp,
you
but
didn't
yeah,
think about marketing or something.
no, I didn't read emails.
I didn't either. We should definitely take that thing that event with Jade Shoots together.
Yeah, I know.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is Tuesday is Jackie's expo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you,
Oh,
ladies.
yeah.
Have a
No,
good
thank
time.
you. Thank everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye now.
Have
All
a
right,
good
bye.
night.